Trying to hide the mic and look all professional here. Alright guys, what's up? This channel was originally just for my vlog. So I have 3 channels. I have Brian's Garage, I have BriansGarageTV, which was my second one, and my third is BriansGarageTech. Brian's Garage originally started, I don't even remember what my name was on it, to be honest with you, years ago. And I started it when I was in like high school. Like I would make videos of, like my subwoofers in my car, like train horns driving around scaring people and stuff like that. Just the most random off the wall. And there was like no production value whatsoever. Like they weren't meant to be like good entertaining videos. I almost think I was kind of doing it just more of like, hey, let me upload this so I can, send it to my buddy so he can watch it or something like that. And then the car videos started doing like exceptionally good, like for what it was. It really wasn't anything, but like those videos were getting quite a bit of views. So I was like, ooh, let me do car stuff. That would be fun. It'll be entertaining. And I did. And then I kind of transitioned. Like I never talked in my videos. I hated the way my voice sounds. I still do, but I'm just like used to it now, I guess. I'm just like, hey, what you guys are hearing is what everybody else hears. So there's nothing I can do about it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I started doing other videos, and I don't remember what. Kind of like, I know I did like some unboxings, and I think I even did like some reviews, but like I wasn't talking. Like I would just put text, like down here in the screen, and it wasn't that rare back then to see that. But I watch videos like that now, and I'm like, why aren't you talking? Like, why are you just putting text? I don't want to watch a video to read text. And I'm just like, no, I was that person. Duh. But, I love doing unboxing videos. I love doing review videos. At one point, like I had small companies like reaching out to me, like to review their products, like little speakers, like cool lights and stuff like that. And I liked it, but it kind of never really went anywhere because like that channel was just all over the place. And then I would do like computer stuff for a while, but the computer stuff would do phenomenal. And I was like, you know what? Like I've got car videos, I've got unboxings, I've got reviews. Shelby had started her channel at this point and was, like pushing me like, oh, you should vlog too. It's fun to watch. It's fun to do. She kind of pushed me to start the vlog channel. And at first, like Jake had gave me a shout out on the Angry Grandma channel, and it seemed to be going up and up. I got the 1,000 subscribers and like the 4,000 watch hours, so I could monetize it. And that one started making me a little bit of money. And so I'd say on average, I was anywhere from like 60 to $100 a month or whatever, which was cool. Where am I going with this? But that channel became, this channel right here, became monetized, and it was doing pretty good. It was growing. I was getting, lots of interactions, lots of, for the subscriber count I had, I was getting good views. And then I would fall off for a little bit of vlogging, and then I would post a ton, and then I would kind of fall off. And the issue is, like, it's not that I don't want to do it. I love vlogging. Like, I love, just showing, like, what's going on in life. Because, like, me personally, like, those are some of my favorite videos to watch. Just, like, kind of like a family life. Like, just, like, what's going on? You had car trouble, share it with us. You bought something new, share it with us. You guys are doing something cool on vacation, share it with us. Like, I just genuinely enjoy videos like that. And the issue is, most of the people that I watch that vlog, they are always doing something. Like, a lot of them have kids as well, so I guess that plays a big part. But I'm working in a factory. At the time, 60, 70, 80, 90 hours a week. And I would come home, basically, and in that time that I'm home, like, it's like, okay, it's basically, let's figure out dinner, cut the grass, and then go to bed so I can get some rest before I wake up tomorrow and work another 12 and a half hour shift. So vlogging was just like, almost, I don't want to say impossible, but like, it wasn't good. It wasn't fun. It was just like almost kind of forced. And then I switched lines, and like basically I'm kind of at the point where I'm at now, where I have plenty of time to vlog, but I'm not really doing anything that's vlog worthy. Like a lot of days I come home from work and I'm just, kind of chilling, might do the dishes, might give the dogs a bath, but chances are, I'm just kind of playing some Warzone or something on PC, watching a movie, figuring out dinner, and like that's it, so it's like I could share that in a vlog once or twice, but like that's it, like I'm not gonna upload the same video every day. Like, yeah, work was good today. I did the dishes. We're having, cheeseburgers for dinner and gonna play some Warzone. You know, it's like, okay, cool, that's 30 seconds worth of footage, and now everybody has seen that over and over. So I've been kind of racking my brain, like, I want to keep this channel going, I want to grow it, I want to keep making videos. Actually, let me backtrack a little bit. So then there is BriansGarageTech. That is a channel that I'm currently also building. That one's not big enough yet to be monetized, but that one I think is probably going to be my best channel content-wise, at least in the future, because that's the one where I'm going to be, you know, just unboxings, reviews, you know, talking about products we use and like, you know, and that's like one of the things I'm most passionate about. But for this channel, it will still always be around for vlogs, but what I really want to do is I want to start like some series type videos where, like, I had my cook with me videos. Those typically do very well and people love them. People always request them in the comments. The issue is I would consider myself like almost like a lazy cooker. Like, we have like our few same dishes that we just kind of like always rotate through for dinner, like nachos, tacos, spaghetti, lasagna, chili, you know, steak, burgers, chicken, and it's just, you know, like a handful of like the same dishes that we always just kind of like rotate through for dinner. And a lot of times we're not even cooking, you know, we're getting pizza or Chinese or something like that, you know, takeout. Those won't be common, but I would like to regularly upload those, you know what I mean? Like, it might be like once a month or something like that, you know. I'd love once a week, but that's probably far-fetched right now. That could change. But what I really want to do, and the reason I'm in this room right now, which you guys don't really see much of at all, a lot of you guys might have never seen it, period, is I want to start, I love podcasts. I am absolutely obsessed with them. Like, YouTube videos are here for me, like what I'm watching, but podcasts are up here. And the thing is with the podcast, I love the video podcast, which is, it's literally the same thing as a regular podcast, like that you might listen to on Spotify or Apple Music or iHeartRadio, but it's video of that, you know what I mean? And it's, you know, just, it's an aesthetically pleasing environment. You know, there's nice things to look at in the background. It's just, it's cool to see people's expressions. So what I want to do is start kind of like a video podcast, and this will just be on YouTube. Like, I'm not some big person that can get it on Spotify and all that other stuff. And I also don't expect it to get big, but that's one thing I would really love to do with this channel, is like maybe a once weekly or, you know, like bi-weekly podcast, video cast, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know, like, I would love to have guests on it. Sometimes it might just be me. Sometimes it might be me and my wife, Shelby. You know, Shelby's Life, if you guys watch her on YouTube. You know, we could have family on it, you know, like Jake, you know, Carol Ann, Angry Grandma, you know, their cousin Caleb, just anybody, you know, my mom. And I think that would just be like really cool. You know, maybe start out at first, you know, shorter episodes, maybe like 25 minutes, half hour. And then if we have like a guest or something like on there and we get a cool topic and it goes longer, it goes longer. But that's kind of the, you know, give me your guys' thoughts below. Give me your guys' feedback. You know, we could do live ones where you guys can do like we could do like a live Q&A. But just like something with some production value. And that's the reason I'm in this room right now, is, you know, to show you guys what I've been working on. But like topics, I would like to do like juicy topics, you know what I mean? And that's such a like a generic term. But like topics that'll get people heated, you know, that'll get you like, yeah, I gotta share my opinion on this. I don't want to do political stuff, because that's just like, it's just something I don't want to get into, because people just take it to 10 levels too far. But with that being said, I would love to get into like some controversial topics, you know, relationships. Just, I have like a list on my phone right now, and like 8 juicy topics I want to go to are like all kind of like relationship related, you know, like about cheating and, you know, just all kinds of stuff like that. Like, I don't want to share the topics and give it away, but, you know, it's some juicy stuff, and, you know, stuff that'll make you guys like, yeah, I gotta comment, share my opinion, you know. And, you know, I could do videos like reading your guys' comments and stuff like that. So that's kind of the plan for this channel. Like, the vlogs will still be here. Like, I'm not gonna stop vlogging, but I think what I'm gonna really just do is kind of like, when I do something that's vlog worthy, I'll vlog it. You know, like if we go to like for instance right now it's fall, so if we go to like a pumpkin patch or an apple orchard, what do you guys call those, by the way? Leave it in the comments below. I call it apple orchard, I think more often than not, but like apple orchard, pumpkin patch, um, the cider mill is another one people call it. I don't remember all the terms, but do you guys even have those where you're at? Like in Michigan, that's where like you can go get apple cider and like the fresh, you know, like homemade donuts. You know, you pick your own apples like in the apple orchard. You can pick your own pumpkins. It's just kind of like a fun fall thing we do here. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there's probably not a lot of places that actually do stuff like that. Like I know Michigan and Ohio for sure, but yeah, I don't know if you guys are like from other states and even out of the country. Like, do you guys have anything like that? But yeah, like just point being though, like something like that would be vlog worthy. You know, it would be interesting for you guys to watch. It would be fun for me to share, and not only fun for me to share, but fun for me to have that footage to look back on, you know, later in life if we have kids or, you know, want to watch it when we're older or something like that. So that's kind of, I think, what the vlogs are going to go more or less to, because a lot of my vlogs lately, almost all of them, is just me talking like this. So to me, like, I love talking, obviously, in front of the camera. And it's the weirdest thing. I'm shy as hell in real life. Like, if you guys ever run into me in person, I always look mad. That's one thing I always want to say, too. If you guys ever run into me, definitely come say hi. Totally for it. I'd love to meet you guys, but I will look mad. That's my... I have that, like, resting... What do they call it? Like, resting bitch face or whatever, like, where I look angry. So, like, I'll probably be walking around the store just like, "Urgh." But, like, in reality, I'm just like, yeah, cool, what's up? So, yeah, that's kind of, like, just where I want to take this channel. Vlogs will not stop, but there will be less of them, and that is basically in an attempt to make them better. Less vlogs, but better vlogs with good content. A series, and if you guys want to, in the comments below also, like, leave me some name ideas, you know, like, drop some names, like, of what you think it could be called, because it's gonna be basically a podcast, but, like, it's not like an official one that's on Spotify and stuff, like I said, so it's gonna be like a, you know, a sit down and talk, you know, and just discuss or debate these like controversial topics or ideas, or like, you know, what's hot in the news right now. And I'm trying to think, I'm just coming up blank trying to think of a name. And aside from that, I'm also going to do the cook with me's, like I said. So those are going to be coming more often now, but still not like a lot, because like I said, we don't cook a lot, and I would like that to change. But yeah, so I'm going to wrap this video up. But actually, no, first I got to show you guys the room. I will put in a picture of this room. So when we moved in, this had like these old wood panel walls, you know, and it had like the wood, you know, like slats. It was super ugly. The ceiling was like these ceiling tiles. In Shelby's back room, you can see the wood. I mean, it's just these lines, you know, it's like a wood panel, and these are obviously just painted, and then these stupid ugly ceiling tiles. And I just genuinely like hated it. It felt like really outdated and old. And I tried to fill in those little gaps. It didn't work. And the room just kind of sat like dormant. Like we had like a treadmill in here. We had a like an exercise machine, like one of those like Bowflex ones kind of, but it was like a no-name one. And nothing really ever came of the room. And also there was one power outlet right here. It's not there now, but it was right here, and it was the only one in the entire room. So that sucked. And all we had was just one like boob light or whatever you want to call them right there in the middle. And one day I was just like, screw this. I'm ripping this stuff down. I'm ripping this wood panel off. I'm ripping this tile ceiling down, and I'm doing drywall. And I'll figure it out as I go. I'm not good at it, but I'll figure it out. So I ripped the wood off, which was a pain. I ripped the top ceiling, the ceiling tiles off, which was pretty easy. It was actually pretty satisfying. I hung the drywall up. I just kind of wanted to go to the easy route. So I did drywall just over the old drywall, which is actually how they did our downstairs too. But upon ripping the wood paneling off, I'm like, this feels really hollow. I had to cut it open to do the electrical. So the electrical comes up from over here, which is like our utility room, which is where the breaker panel is and stuff like that. So I ran a new 20 amp circuit with a plug there, and here. And also I think one back here. Yeah, there's just no plug in it yet. Upon ripping these walls off, like I said, I had to end up cutting about, I think it was about 14 inches or so, basically like this, all the way around the room, so I could install outlet boxes to the studs and run all the wiring inside the walls. I didn't want to just do the boxes where like you cut the wall open and just like screw it to the wall. They're not as secure, but also I had to fish the wire through anyways. And upon doing that, I found out that there was no insulation whatsoever. So it was just, the outside siding, whatever wood they, like finish the walls with, like drywood or drywood, plywood or whatever, and then the studs, and then basically a layer of drywall. And having those open, like if it was windy outside, I could literally just feel the draft, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So what I did is I taped all that back up. I put like that plastic, almost like a drop cloth, taped it all the way around so it was sealed. And then in each cavity, like between each stud, so like this one, it would have been right there, right there, right there, right there, so on and so forth all the way through. I'll get to that in a second. I cut a big hole, like a 5 or 6 inch hole with a hole saw, and I rented an insulation blower to blow in insulation. So now these walls are full, and this is actually our master bedroom on this side. So I was like, well, that's, not like an outside wall, so I don't need insulation. But I was like, hey, if Shelby's in bed, or maybe I'm in bed and she needs somewhere to make a video and be quiet, I'm going to insulate this wall. That way you can't hear anything. And it is so rock solid. One night I was in here working, and I had this shop vac on, and this thing is loud. When this is on, you can't even hear yourself like yell at a decent voice. I turned this on, I closed the door, and she was in bed laying down right against this wall. She didn't even know I had this vacuum on, which was insane. I was like, there's no way. So I went in there, I turned it on, closed the door again, went in the room. Sure enough, you couldn't hear a thing. So I am in love with how insulated this room is now. The temperature stays regulated, which is amazing. This originally was going to be like my kind of like game room. So my desk is going to be like right here. So it's going to be like an L-shaped desk. I wanted a TV up there, which will also be connected to the computer, so you can play videos right off of it and whatnot. And the original plan was going to be like have like a couch or like a seating area back here, just kind of like a hangout. And then a table in the middle where I could do like unboxings and stuff like that. Have a camera mounted from the ceiling facing down. And then this area was going to be the desk and the computer and whatnot. But like I said, I'm not a drywaller, so I'm really rough at it. But the drywall is up. Now, obviously, as you can see, I'm finishing it, which is, taping all the seams. But I do have a few low spots, like this part under here is lower for some reason, so I'm going to have to lay the mud on kind of thick and just kind of feather it out. What else? Oh, got rid of the light in the middle, and I did recessed lighting, so obviously, as you can see, I messed up on that one and on that one. But I fixed it, so they'll just have to be, taped over, obviously, and mudded. But you might be like, what the heck is that hole over there? So if you remember watching those videos, these videos were actually on Brian's garage, where I was working on this room a long time ago. It was a couple years ago I started it, and then I stopped it when I got to the insulation part, and it just sat for like 2 years. I never worked on it. You guys probably aren't surprised. But if you guys remember, I talked about a leak in the ceiling, and it rained one day when I was working on it, and I was like, it was when I ripped the old ceiling off, so the tiles were attached to those like wood beams or whatever, those like furring strips, I guess you call them. And it was raining, and I looked around, I could not find any water coming in. I was like, okay, that was probably old, because those tiles, when I pulled them down, the ones that had like water damage, they were like basically like dry rotted. So I was like, it's recently rained, these things would be wet, so I wasn't worried about it. I looked around, I didn't see any moisture. I put the drywall up, and like I said, it had been like probably over a year. I come in here one day, and there's water damage. Not a lot, but there's definitely water leaking in. So what I ended up doing was just cut that bad patch open. That way, when it does leak, it comes through that spot right there. I have a cup thing over there that catches the water. Again, it's not a lot at all, but I have to find it, which means going up in the attic and moving the horde of things that we've recently put up there, like our Christmas tree, all our decorations and all that. So that's not really high on my to-do list, because it's just not. But I do have to do it. But I just want to do everything else, get it done first. But yeah, so now As you can see, this was like my DJ room. I had actually cleaned it out. I hung the drywall up. This is all recent. All this was in a nice pile over here against the wall. And I was like, you know what? This will be a perfect room to practice, my DJing in. And as you can see, like I've got my stand and my tables, or my controller, speakers, subwoofer, lights. And it lasted for a minute. But because this room was just so unfinished, like I just hated being in it. I'm like, it just looks like crap. Like none of this was on the walls. Like I hadn't mudded at all yet. So I just really didn't enjoy being in here because I was like, I can't film in here. It looks like crap. Playing music in here because there's like just literally just hard walls for the sound of just echo off of. It just kind of sounded like crap. And it got messy. Like there's literally just a smorgasbord of stuff in here. This is my elf costume from the movie Elf. Got my Michael Myers costume right there. Got TV screen right there, our old router, just stuff literally everywhere. And then our old coffee table, which I've used as like a stand to cut the drywall and, work on the ceiling and stuff. So basically now my project in the next probably I'd say 2 weeks is just kind of get things out of this room again. They're probably going to go in our hall and make a mess. But I need to clean this room out and just get the mud done. And what I might do is I'll probably do the mud first because I can just work around the stuff. I can move it. But once I start really sanding it and getting it ready for paint, I need at least bare minimum pile this stuff up on this table so I have like a clear path to just work on all the walls. This one is already drywalled, so this is just going to get paint. This is going to be like hopefully the ultimate like YouTubing studio game room office for me. So yeah guys, if you guys actually watched this whole video, first off, I appreciate it. Second, let me know what you think. Third, like I said, drop it in the comments below if you have name ideas for like my podcast. I guess that's the best way to call it, is a podcast, because like it's what I'm doing right now is more of a vlog, but what this is going to be is, cameras fixed up, microphone, like professional microphones to talk into, and like an aesthetically pleasing environment to film from, not just, me sitting at my computer desk downstairs blurring out the background because we have a sink full of dishes or something like that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and if you guys are excited for it, leave a thumbs up. Give me some feedback, and yeah. All right guys, one last look at the crazy mess. See you guys later.